Okay. All right. Nice to see everybody today. Let's get right started. So we're going to start laying down on your back. And we didn't have any requests this morning, so we're just going to do a nice, deep, full body, gentle practice today. So we'll start off in a comfortable position where you can feel supported by the floor beneath you. And let your back be completely supported. So if having the legs out straight causes any discomfort in the back, then you can bend the knees and have the feet on the floor. So let's just take a few moments here to settle in to our practice. Begin to settle down. Start to relax the muscles in the face, relaxing the space between the eyebrows and the jaw, relaxing through the neck and throat and shoulders. And just allowing the breath to flow with ease. So you can follow the breath, feeling the lungs fill up, and then feeling the belly go down as you empty. So from here, let's gently hug the knees into the chest. Stretch out the low back. We can rock left to right a little bit here. Maybe make some circles with the knees in one direction and then the other. And then we'll take the feet down to the floor just for support for a moment, and we're just going to ease into the shoulders. So reach the arms up overhead. Take it nice and slow. I've been feeling some tightness between my shoulder blades lately, so just taking it slow, feeling where you're tight. Isabel mentioned a sore shoulder, so be easy on yourself here. If having the arms super straight is too much, just soften the elbows, soften the shoulders. Just start to feel your range of motion, what feels okay, where you might be a little tight in the upper back. And then take a few really nice deep breaths here. And breathing into those areas where there's extra tightness. And then keeping the arms up overhead, letting the shoulders stay relaxed, elbows soft. We'll take the feet up towards the ceiling. Soft knees to start. Let's point and flex the feet. We'll make some circles with the ankles in one direction, then the other. And then we'll ease into the hamstring. So maybe reach one foot up and then relax the knee. Reach the other foot up. Just do that a few times, pedaling out the feet and the legs, just reaching one at a time up, feeling where you might be tight, either in the back of the legs or even the hips or hip flexors. And then keeping the knees soft, elbows soft, take a nice full deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let's gently hug the knees into the chest. And then we'll do that 3 more times, maybe going a little straighter or a little further. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. And then exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Inhale through the nose, filling up the lungs. And then exhale out of the mouth as you hug the knees in. And we'll just do one more, just like that. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. And exhale, hug the knees in. We're going to take the left foot down to the floor. The right knee is hugged into the chest. The thigh is pressing against the belly. We'll take the left leg straight along the floor here, starting to open up the top of the thigh and the hip flexor. And just pause here with the thigh pressing down into the belly. And then we'll take the hands behind the thigh and start to reach the right leg straighter. So the right foot reaches up towards the ceiling. You can have a nice flexed foot or just relax the foot. See how you feel in the back of the leg. Maybe you bend and straighten a few times. Just easing into that tight hamstring. Supporting the low back. You can let the eyes be closed. The blood is flowing down the leg, really good for circulation. And then with the support of your hands on the back of the leg, starting off small and then getting a little bit bigger, we're just going to sway the right leg left to right. So start off small. You can have both hands clasped behind the leg. And then as you get bigger, maybe you pass your leg back and forth. So when you go over to the right, let the right leg ease into the right hand. And then you can pass the leg over to the left. And then you can use the breath. We can inhale, bring the leg to center. Exhale, let the leg reach over to the right. Inhaling back up, exhaling over. And then when you reach to the side, really feel your heel reaching away from the hip. You can soften the knee as you come up to center. When you reach out to the side, maybe lengthen the leg a little bit more. And just a few more of those where you're getting into the outside of the leg and the outside of the hip and the inside of the thigh. And then we'll bring the leg back to center, hug that right knee back into the chest. From here, we'll bend the left knee, so the left foot's on the floor. We'll cross the right ankle over the left leg above the knee. We'll hold on to the rib cage here with the hands, and then just a gentle sway left to right with the shape of your legs, starting to get a little bit more into the low back. So keeping the mid-spine and upper back stable, and just starting to feel the low back begin to open. And then we'll come back to center with the shape of the legs and ease into the hip as you draw the left knee in towards the chest. We'll let the whole shape of the leg shift left and then draw the left knee into your left shoulder, and we'll flex the right foot. So just pausing here, getting nice and deep into the right hip. Let your shoulders stay relaxed down away from the ears. So as we release tightness and tension in the hip, we begin to ease into the low back, letting go of compression and stress there. And then keeping the rest of the spine supported as you relax through the shoulders. We'll take one more full breath in. Excuse me. And then as you exhale, let's release and let the left foot come down to the floor. We're going to uncross the legs. We'll take the feet wide, so the feet are about mat width apart. Arms are going to reach away from each other. Take a full breath in, and then as you exhale, both legs drop over to the left and pause. So we're really opening up here. We're opening through the chest, lengthening through the rib cage and the belly and spine. Feel your right knee pushing away from the right hip. So you're lengthening through the hip flexor, opening up the low back, a gentle arch in the low back, create some space. And then just pause here as you breathe deeply, letting the belly rise and fall. Take a nice full deep breath in, and then as you exhale, we'll bring the legs back to center. We'll hug the left knee into the chest, right leg will go straight along the floor. Just pause here. This is really good for digestion. So switching sides, having now the left thigh pressing into the belly on the left side, as well as releasing through the top of the right thigh and hip flexor. Then we'll take the hands, interlace them behind the left thigh, and then you can just start off bending and stretching the left leg a few times, or you can go right into a straighter left leg. Easing into the hamstring, you can flex your left foot. Let the shoulders relax down away from the ears. So maybe the thigh is pushing a little bit into your hands to release the neck and shoulders. So just feeling what you feel all along the back of the leg, even starting with the ankle and calf, down the thigh. And then from here, gentle sway left to right, starting off small. You can use both hands to support the leg. And then you can unclasp the hands as you go a little further with the leg left to right, using the left hand to support over to the left and the right hand to support over to the right. And you're just passing your leg back and forth. You can add the breath as you inhale, let the leg float up. As you exhale, let it reach away. Release tension with that exhale. Your inhale brings you back up, exhale to the other side. So just a few times like that, on your own, maybe pausing to take an extra breath on one side if that feels really good, to open up the low back and the IT band, or even the inner thigh and outer hip. And then when you come back to center, let's just hug that left knee into the chest. We'll bend the right knee so the right foot is on the floor. Taking the left ankle, cross it over the right leg above the knee. I like to support the rib cage with my hands, so just holding on to the rib cage, and then the sway of the legs left to right. So a nice, safe, gentle twist to the low back and the spine, getting the spinal fluid to move, creating a little bit of space in between the bones in the back, and easing into the muscles that are around the low spine. And then when you come back to center, you can reach for the back of the right thigh. Shift the legs over to the right a little bit as you draw the right knee in towards your right shoulder. Relax the left hip. Ease into the low back. Relax through the face, neck, and shoulders. Take one more full breath in. And then as you exhale, let's release. The right foot comes down. The left foot comes down, both feet go wide, about mat width apart, arms reach away from each other, and then gently let both legs drop over to the right. So your right leg is just heavy and relaxed. The left leg you can actually pull down and push the left knee diagonally to the right front corner of your room. Feel the left shoulder grounded down. When you breathe in, you can open up the left side of the body at the rib cage and the low back. Little bit of an arch in the low back. Breathing deeply into the belly. You'll open through the chest. Take one more nice deep breath in here. As you exhale, bring the legs back to center. Hug the knees into the chest. And then we'll rock left to right. Massage out the back. And then we'll make our way up to seated. So you can either roll to one side to come up, or you can rock front to back to take your time to come up to sit. Once you come up to sit, we're gonna sit cross-legged unless that's really uncomfortable. We opened up the hips, so it should be a little bit easier to sit this way. If it's not comfortable, you can sit up on something. You can place a blanket, fold it up underneath your seat. And if it's super uncomfortable, you can take the soles of the feet together. That might be a little bit easier on the back and hips. So we'll just sit cross-legged for a moment. Take a few breaths, inhaling, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhaling, hands come down to the heart center. Two more like that. Inhale, just reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. One more time. Inhale, arms reach out and up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Here we'll inhale, reach the arms up. As we exhale, we're going to twist to the left. So your left hand comes behind you for support. Right hand reaches for the opposite knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, start to turn the belly, the rib cage, and the chest to the left as you turn your head over your left shoulder. And just pause here and breathe. Continue to be lengthened in the spine so that you can feel your body just kind of wrapping around the spine here. This increases the blood flow to the internal organs and gets some nice movement into the back. We'll come about halfway out of the twist. Take the left hand up and side lean over to the right. You can look down to the outside of your right thigh. Relax your top shoulder by softening the left elbow. And then to engage the core a little bit, draw your belly in as you let your right hand hover. So the right hand hovers off of your left leg, engaging the muscles in the core, also the muscles that support your spine. Take one more deep breath in, and then as you exhale, come on up. Let the arms just naturally stack on top of each other. So it's your left arm stacked on top of the right. As you bring the backs of your arms together, the backs of the hands or the palms. Shoulders drop down, elbows push forward, fingertips lift, pinkies forward, a gentle drop in the chin, and then a sway left to right with the shape of your arms. If this feels too much on the shoulders, you can uncross the arms and just hug the backs of the shoulders. So getting a little bit deep into the shoulders and shoulder blades. Hopefully this is okay for you, Isabel. So then coming back to center, we're just going to take one deep breath in as the fingertips and chin lift up. And then as you exhale, we'll take the elbows down towards the belly, let the head drop. And then coming back to center, undo the arms, we'll take one full breath in, arms up overhead, and then exhale, twist to the other side. So we're twisting right, left hand comes onto the right knee, your right hand is back behind you for support. Finding some length in the spine when you inhale, and then when you exhale, you twist. Nothing forced, not too far. You don't have to be pushing your left hand hard into the knee. It's just there for support. Use the muscles around the core and the back to turn the body. And then coming about halfway out of the twist, we'll take the right hand up, side lean over to the left. So you are holding on with your left hand, you're leaning over to the left. You're holding on with the opposite hand on the opposite knee. I'm mirroring. Okay, so soft elbow, relaxed shoulder. And then if you'd like to feel a little bit more, you can lift your left hand off of the knee, hovering, pulling the belly in, relax both shoulders down, even feel the muscles around your spine hugging in, and then coming back to center, let your right arm cross over on top of the left. Again, tight shoulders, just hold on to the backs of the shoulders. If you can, we're going to lift the fingertips up, either the backs of the hands touch or the palms. Shoulders drop down, elbows forward, fingertips lift, pinkies press forward. Gently drop the chin, and then a gentle sway left to right. So thinking about the lower half of the spine staying still and just getting a gentle twist in the upper half of the back. And then coming back to center, inhale, fingertips lift. You can lift the chin, and then exhale, elbows draw into the belly, drop the head, round the back. Inhale, come back up, reach the arms out and up, and exhale, hands to the heart center. From here, we're going to transition and make our way onto hands and knees. So if you need any extra support, you can put a blanket underneath the knees. Otherwise, we're going to come into a wide-legged child's pose to start. So the knees are going to go wide, big toes touch, hips are going to sink down towards your heels. We're going to ease into the shoulders and back here. So slide your hands way out in front, but let the elbows and forearms and forehead drop down. So just pause here. Breathing deeply into the upper back, opening up the space between the shoulder blades. A few nice deep breaths as you lengthen the spine. And then from here, let's lift the head up and we'll lift the forearms up. So forearms, elbows lift, head lifts. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, drop the forehead, keep the arms lifted. So we're getting a little bit deeper into the shoulders. Pull the shoulder blades down the back. A few really nice deep breaths. And then lifting the head, lifting the palms of the hands. So just the pads of the fingers are on the floor, shoulders are lifted. Take a full breath in. Exhale, drop the forehead down if you can. Pull the shoulders back. Use your inhale to lengthen the spine. Use your exhale to relax the shoulders, releasing tension and tightness in the upper back, shoulder blades, and shoulder joint. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Here, let's come up onto hands and knees. So we're going to take the knees a little bit more narrow so they're underneath the hips and parallel. Tops of the feet are on the floor. Hands are a little bit in front of the shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Inhale, curl the toes under. Gently drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the back, tops of the feet press down. Open up the shoulder blades. Inhale, curl the toes under, drop the belly, lift the chin, soft elbows. Exhale, tuck and round. One more time, just like that. Inhale, curl the toes under, drop and open. And exhale, tuck and round. Good, okay, from here, we're gonna curl the toes under, we're gonna lift the knees and reach up into a downward dog. If this is uncomfortable, you can always keep the knees down and walk your hands forward so you're in more of a puppy. So your upper body looks like downward dog, working on opening the shoulders, but you're not taking all the weight. If you're okay in downward dog, we're gonna pedal out the feet. We're not gonna stay here too long. So you're either in downward dog or puppy, breathing deeply, letting the heart beat over the head. We're gonna take a nice full deep breath in, and then from either knees down or knees up, you're gonna shift your weight forward and step your right foot up between your hands. We're gonna pivot your left heel down so that your back foot is at a 45-degree angle, and then we're gonna lift up. So arms are gonna reach up. I'm sorry the top half of my body is cut off here, but that's okay. You can still see me. Arms are reaching up. You're in a warrior one pose. Belly is drawn in. We're gonna open up the arms here to a cactus. Let me adjust the camera a tiny bit. So you're opening up your arms to a cactus, getting deep into the upper back and shoulders. Pause here and breathe. Belly is drawn in, shoulders are open. And then from here, you're gonna take the hands down. We're gonna scoot your back foot a little closer and let your right leg go straight. Your back foot again is at a 45-degree angle. Your feet are hip width apart. Hands will start on the hips and you're just gonna hinge halfway forward. Just halfway here. The crown of the head is reaching forward. You're lengthening through the spine. Shoulders are relaxed. So just breathe here, lengthening the back of the leg on the right side. And then you're going to make your way back up to stand, keeping the legs the way they are. You're going to heel toe your left foot a little bit off center. So the left foot comes over right next to about halfway. Bend your right knee, scoot your left foot behind your right foot. Ankles are crossed. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And then exhale, hands reach behind your back as you interlace them and hinge forward over your crossed legs. You can reach the knuckles up and back. Pause here to breathe. This gets into the low back around your sciatic nerve, gets into your IT band and the shoulders. Take a nice full deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, release the arms and come up to stand. Again, I'm going to adjust the camera. You stay there. Right ankle over the left ankle. You're standing upright with the legs crossed. Okay, right ankle is over the left ankle. We're going to take the arms out to the sides. I'm going to turn and face you a little bit. Out to the sides. And then you're going to take your right arm under your left arm and come into the pose we did earlier in the warm-up with the eagle arms. Shoulders are pulled down. Elbows press forward. Fingertips reach up a little bit. Here we're going to lift the right heel, bend the left knee, and sink down. So we're just sinking down. Legs are crossed. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Maybe you lift your right foot. Don't feel like you have to. If you would like, we'll take one breath in as you reach your fingertips up. And then a full breath out as you hug the elbows in towards the belly. So you can just work on your balance here. You can come back up. The toe can be hovering near the floor, that's fine. And then from here, we're gonna transition to a warrior 3, modified arms. So we're gonna undo the arms. Send your right foot back, standing on the left foot, hands reach back, chest parallel to the floor. Not only working on muscle strength and balance on the left leg, but working on bone density here. Really good for the hip joint and the knee joint. Hands can reach back, take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, come on up to stand. Shake both legs out. We'll come to stand at the front of your mat. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, float down over your legs. We're going to step one foot back, drop the knee. The other foot back, drop the knee. Child's pose, sink down and back. You can have your arms way out in front, or tops of the hands can rest by your ankles. Pause here, catch your breath, breathe through. Nice relaxed back. Relax shoulders, lengthen spine, easy breath. From here, let's make our way on to hands and knees. And we'll take 3 breaths together here. Inhale, curl the toes under, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck and round. So move the spine, shoulders and neck. Inhale, drop down, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck and round. One more time, just like that. Curl the toes under, drop the belly, lift. And exhale, tuck and round. Okay, so before I show downward dog, here I'm going to show puppy. So you can either lift up into a downward dog or keep the knees where they are, over underneath the hips. Walk the hands out and just lengthen through the spine. So your upper ears are by your, not your upper ears, your ears are by your upper arms. You don't have all of the weight on your arms, wrists, and shoulders because you have the knees down. So breathe here, straight line from the tailbone to the crown of the head. If you're in a downward dog, you're in an upside down V. So there is a straight line from the tailbone to the crown of the head, as well as a straight line from the tailbone down to your heels. So just take a nice full deep breath in and a full deep breath out. And then we'll make our way to the left foot between your hands. So if you're in puppy, knees are down, we'll just shift the left foot forward. And we're gonna ease into this warrior one. We're not just popping up. We're gonna curl the right toes under. If you're in puppy, lift the knee, pivot your right foot so it's at a 45-degree angle. And then you can use your hands on your thighs to push yourself up to a warrior one pose. Warrior one, both hips are trying to point forward. Left knee is over the left ankle, back foot is 45 degrees. Arms are gonna reach up. And again, we're gonna open to a cactus. So the chest is open. Your upper arms are reaching back. Belly is pulled in. Right leg is straight, left knee is bent, but the left knee is not passing the left ankle. Able to breathe. These standing poses are really good for the muscles and the bones and the legs and the joints. Take a full breath in, exhale, we're gonna relax the arms. You're gonna scoot your back foot forward a little bit so that you have a narrower stance between your feet. Hands are gonna come to the hips. You're just gonna hinge forward halfway. You don't have to go any further than that. Just feel the length in the spine, the length in the back of the left leg. But don't feel like you have to go forward all the way down to the floor with the hands, and you don't have to lay your body on your left leg. Take a deep breath in, and then we're gonna slowly make your way up. You're gonna heel toe your left foot a little bit off center so that when you bring your right foot behind it, you're more at the center of your mat. Bend your left knee, scoot your right foot behind the left. I love this forward bend. It's really good for sciatic pain and really good for the low back. We can take the hands behind your back if that feels okay on the shoulders. Knuckles reach down, and then we're gonna hinge forward. So a forward bend with the hands behind you and your legs crossed. You'll notice the back is not rounding. So this is protecting your low back. You can just let the head hang. So this is getting a little bit into balance, as well as the IT band, the low back, and the shoulders. Adjust any way you need to. You don't have to go down as far, you don't have to do the arms, and you don't even have to have the legs crossed. So modify in any way that you'd like. This is your practice. I'm just giving you ideas and suggestions on how to move the body. Just continue to breathe, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, slowly make your way up. Your left ankle is crossed in front of the right. Arms are gonna reach out. As the left arm comes under the right, modified, you can hold on to the backs of the shoulders. Otherwise, maybe the backs of the hands are together or your hands aren't together, palms. Lift the fingertips, drop the shoulders, elbows press forward. We're gonna lift the left heel. So you're on your left tippy toes, and we're gonna bend the right knee. Sink down into that right hip. You can lift your left foot and breathe. So you're in eagle pose, you're breathing, Fingertips can reach up towards the ceiling as you breathe in if you'd like. Maybe you exhale and bring the elbows in towards your belly. Then you can inhale to come back up. Don't worry if you need to re-establish the pose. And then coming into that modified warrior 3, we're going to undo the arms. You're going to send the left foot back. Just lowers down to be parallel to the floor. The left foot is back. You're standing on the right leg. Finding balance. It's not expected to be perfect. Hands reaching back instead of out to the front. So there's no strain on the shoulders or the back. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, left foot comes next to the right. Take a full breath in as you reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Hands come down. Right foot steps back, right knee comes down. Left foot steps back, left knee comes down. We're going to send the legs over to the right. As you lower yourself down onto your left hip, we're going to send your legs around to the front. So the feet are flat on the floor. Knees are bent. We're going to hold on underneath the knees. Chest is lifted. We're gently going to lean back, so maybe the feet lift. Shins stay parallel to the floor. Chest is lifted like there's a string at the center of your chest attached to the ceiling. Able to breathe here with ease. If you'd like to let go of the hands, you can. You can let go of your grip on the legs. You can take the arms a little wider and a little higher. Drawing the belly in and down. Finding that easy breath. Maybe you sit up a little taller. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, you'll hold on to the backs of the legs and roll back down onto your back. Hug the knees into the chest. You can rock left to right. We're going to take the feet down to the floor. Feet are parallel. Heels are going to draw into your seat. Hands are going to come on to your belly on either side. Let the elbows relax on the floor and close the eyes for a moment. A few really nice, deep, easy breaths. Lengthen your breath. And then from here, we're going to let the palms come down by your sides. We'll take 3 nice breaths together. As you inhale, arms are going to reach up and back. Feet press down as the hips lift. That's your breath in. And then as you exhale, arms come down, hips come down. Let's take 2 more, just like that. Inhale, arms reach up and back, hips lift. Exhale, arms come down, hips come down. And then 1 more, just like that. Inhale, arms reach up and back, hips lift. And exhale, arms come down, hips come down. We're going to draw the knees into the chest, but wide knees, so they're coming more towards the shoulders. Coming into happy baby pose. You can hold on to the outsides of the feet. If you can't reach your feet, you can just hold on to the ankles or underneath your knees. A gentle sway left to right. Breathing deeply. We're going to get a little bit more into the hips. Just one more time. We're going to let the left foot come down with a bent knee. A flexed right foot. You're coming into that half happy baby. So you're drawing your right knee down. The left leg can go straight along the floor. There's lots of options here. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's hips are different. So I'm just going to give different suggestions. You can stay here. You can pass your right foot into your left hand, supporting your right knee with your right hand, and maybe a gentle sway left to right. And if you're feeling really, really open in the hip, you can put your right hand in the left elbow crease, your right knee in your right elbow crease. You can interlace your hands and then sway left to right. So obviously you don't have to do that, but we're just getting one last really deep hip opener to release the hips, the low back, the hip flexors. We'll take one more full deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, let's let that right leg go straight. Arms are going to reach up and back. Just pause here. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One at a time, we'll bend the knees. The one foot's on the floor and then the other. Take a deep breath in as you lift your feet up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, hug the knees into the chest. We'll take wide knees, happy baby, dropping the right foot. So you're in happy baby on the left side, bending the left elbow so that the left knee is drawing down. Right leg can go straight. So this is a reclined lizard. When we start to cross the left foot over to the right side, we come more into a reclined pigeon. All very safe on the knee, no weight bearing on the knee. So a little deeper is passing the left foot over to the right hand. You can sway a little bit left to right to keep movement in the hip joint. And if you want, you can put your left foot in your right elbow and your left knee in your left elbow crease. Everybody's body is different on both sides, so just see where you are. Thinking about releasing any last bit of tightness or tension from the hips and low back. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, let the left leg go straight along the floor. Arms reach up and back. Full, huge, deep breath in. Exhale it out. We'll bend the knees one at a time. Feet come onto the floor. Inhale, feet lift. And exhale, hug the knees into the chest. We'll take both feet down to the floor. We'll take one last spinal twist, which is a nice way to end a practice. You can either have the feet on the floor and just let your knees drop over to one side, or you can cross one thigh over the other. So if your left thigh goes over, you scoot your hips to the left and legs drop to the right. So you can see which version of the twist you would like to do. And then once you're there, just let the eyes be closed. Relax the low back. Just a few nice deep breaths in and out while you're in this cleansing twist. We'll use the next inhale to bring the legs back to center. Set yourself up for the other side if you're crossing the legs or however you'd like to have the legs. And then let the legs drop over to the left. Nice full deep breaths here. Take one more full breath in. As you exhale, bring the legs back to center. And then we'll find Shavasana. So final relaxation pose, just giving the body a few moments to let your practice settle. We moved a lot of energy around in the body, and it takes about 2 minutes for your blood to flow one time from the heart through the whole body and back. And your lymphatic system takes about 2 minutes to run through the body one time. So just taking about 2 minutes here to just relax the body and breathe. Let everything just settle back down. The back is supported by the floor beneath you. Muscles can relax. Joints can relax. Let the bones just rest heavy in the body. Thinking about taking in lightness, positive energy, and peace and calm. And then breathing out any last bit of stress or tension that you would like to get rid of and let go of. Just allow your breath to flow with ease. You can begin to deepen your breath. You can bring some small movements back into the body. You can move the fingers and toes, hands and feet. And then take your time to slowly and gently transition the body out of Shavasana. Take your time. We'll all meet together seated with the eyes closed, spine tall, hips open, and breath flowing with ease. We'll take the palms together in front of your heart center to honor your practice and honor each other. Namaste.